Peace and blessings. This is Lisa Marie Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy, Ancient African Wisdom for the Modern Sister. Hey ladies, how are you? So I decided, my husband and I, we both decided that we wanted to go to the land today. I have not been on the land since the last time you saw the last video where I was on the land, and I have to, if you see me doing this, see, this is my way of keeping anything that might want to sit on top of my head away from my head. I actually use, I put banana, avocado, coconut oil, and honey conditioner in my hair every morning. And then when I take my bath, I have my hair wrapped up in a plastic cap and then a towel like over it. And so it penetrates my scalp, because I truly believe that the sign of good health as far as hair health is really scalp health. And that it's not just a physical of kind of like good hair, meaning beautiful, luscious, strong hair, but it's also spiritual, that to cover and protect your hair, to be concerned about the conditioning of your scalp. Think about a conditioner. It is to condition the scalp that houses the brain, that in some cases, in a sense, or so we believe, houses the mind. And that in order to take care of the head, you are taking care of your seventh chakra, which receives information and hopefully, if in balance, receives the truth. And I really think about that every day as I'm doing my sacred beauty rituals. I understand that it's not just because I want people to say, oh my God, your bald head is shining, you know, oh my goodness, if my hair was longer, your hair looks so healthy and shiny. I know that that's not all that it is. I understand that it's the shine should be coming from a deeper place. That if my scalp, if the roots of my tree and the strands are my branches, if the root is not conditioned firmly in the truth, then it's the beauty only skin deep syndrome. And so that's why I'm teaching, starting June 30th, I'm going to do another 21-day intensive, and it's called Sacred Beauty. Simply sacred beauty to heal, sacred beauty to evolve. This is an example of the sacred beauty. When I'm doing a clay mask, I'm not just doing a clay mask so that I can have glowing skin, or even that I'm removing toxins from my body, but I'm removing spiritual toxins from the body. I'm removing those things that I've carried for so long, those fears or doubts or guilt that has attached itself to my body, thus has attached itself to my spirit, and on a physical level, a deep physical level, has attached itself to my womb. When I go buy organic panties, let's say, I'm not just buying them because they are cute. I'm not just buying them because they feel good against my yoni. These are obvious reasons, aren't they? I'm buying them because I know that they actually become one with me, that they become a part of my yoni. So be careful of the panties and the underwear that you wear, because they actually are more important, or most important in a sense, than the actual clothing that you use to cover your body so that you can be not seen amongst people or to others. It's more important of what's going on underneath. So I think you're getting the idea that sacred beauty is about what goes on underneath. And that when you have it going on underneath, then you have all the physical, external beauty that you could ever have. I think about this forest, right? I think about the woods. I think about nature. I think about what we see is visually beautiful and pleasing, and in a sense, we know it even relaxes us. We feel alive and rejuvenated. But what is going on that we can't see? What is the growing process of a tree and its roots that's firmly planted on the ground or in the ground. What is that process? Why do we like crystals so much? Because it's the process of what was going on in the root or in the ground or in the earth that makes the crystal magical. Not just the beautiful color like amethyst or rose quartz that it produces. Do you get what I'm saying? That beauty is powerful. Sacred beauty is powerful. Sacred beauty is healing. That's the course that I'm teaching, 21 day. This course, for the May course that I'm teaching now, is called The Return of the Sacred Womb. That course is closed at this point because we're in I think today is the 11th day and we're going for 21. So at this point, I don't let anybody else in because we formed a bond. We formed a nice bond, a group. So we're not going to have anyone else come in, but I'm going to open it up again, but it's going to be a whole new group. People sign up again. It's Sacred Beauty. And this is the kind of healing that happens underneath. True healing of cancer or diabetes or lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, MS, multiple sclerosis. Those kinds of diseases, those so-called autoimmune diseases that you can't see, but the doctor told you it's there and you believe it, and the doctor told you it's dysfunctional and you believe that, then why don't you believe in the beauty and the magic and the power of nature? Do you know I'm always talking to y'all about the beauty of nature, and that nature is my greatest beauty secret. I tell you that all of the time. No matter what you ask me, I will always say, it is nature. It is nature. It is nature. Nature makes me glow. Nature makes me feel amazing. Nature helps my attitude stay positive. It is nature. I will say it forever. Why do I tell you about the retreat that's happening from June 23rd to the 25th? Because I know the benefit of nature, and I never had to read about it in the book. Even though for years ago I wrote for college, I wrote this paper about the power of, it's called horticultural therapy. And it talked about how just being in nature actually lowers your heart rate. It actually lowers your blood pressure, so it takes away high blood pressure. It regulates the immune system. It produces endorphins that make you feel good, and not just from the time or the moment that you're actually in nature, but even 30 days after the experience of being in nature. There's a wonderful article that I shared, and I will do my best to attach it in the description box, a link to an article that was done by some Japanese scientists who studied for years the powerful effect of, they call it forest bathing, being in the forest, and they call it bathing in the forest. And they talk about, and I just posted it to somebody posted it actually to the wonderful group, The Return of the Sacred Womb. Someone posted it to that group. And our sister named Doe Peterson, I love you for that, queen. And she said she thought about me in the retreat, and it proves scientifically all the benefits of being in nature. And so I said to myself that, you know, it's interesting. I don't know if I ever need science to reiterate or validate what I already know. I understand now the debate between religious or spirituality and science. Science says it has to be proven that nature, or we call God or goddess or the divine or spirit, is healing. I just feel it. I just have a connection with spirit, and I know. But at the same time, I don't poo-poo on nature or science. I like those scientific facts. I like the reiteration. I think it's beautiful, and it was fascinating to read. So I want to share that with you so you can see the true benefits for those that need that, or just fascinated like me that don't really need it but just want to hear about it. I want to make sure that I link that. So I'm out here in nature, and yes, I'm not going to lie, these bugs, they are biting me and loving on me right now, even as we speak. And I think about it, yes, there are so many repellents that we could get And eventually the bugs will figure that out and bite you anyway. I remember being in Trinidad and it was fierce. Like, I've never had mosquitoes bite me, or bugs and ants, and like the way that I did there. But of course the folks that lived there, they were immune to the bites. They wasn't getting bit. Mosquitoes didn't even want them. But of course the new blood they want. And after a while, they'll get used to you and you get used to it. It's almost like we're so not a part of nature anymore that nature maybe attacks us because it considers us foreign. And we don't want to be foreign to nature. We want to be like we were originally, part of it. Not above it, not below it, not more than it, not less than it. Part of it, it. We are it. And so I'm inviting you to the retreat from June 23rd to the 25th. You go to the website, there's a video and when you go to the website that shows you the camping site, that shows you the venue, takes you through the whole thing. There's a writer that gives you details. You can read about how much it is, $247 for an entire weekend with food included, vegan foods. You know, so get to know it. But I just want to say, like, I love that. It's funny, I've been really feeling, my husband and I, let me go back, because nature almost distracts the thinking mind because it allows you to focus on the feelings. It allows you to focus just on the spirit. If I'm not articulating the way I normally so-called do, it's because I hear sounds or feel sensations, or the trees are blowing, or I'm distracted by this beauty that I sometimes can't even focus on trying to rationalize, think, explain, calculate. I can only feel. I think even being bit by a bug is feeling. It reminds me that I am alive, but that there are other living things on this earth that are just as important as me to the survival for me and of you as well. And that's a really beautiful feeling. We want something. We want all this land you're looking at. We don't own all of it. We own 20 acres of it. There's an additional 60 acres that would be all the stuff that you can't see that we want as well. To many people, that wouldn't matter. They probably wouldn't want to spend the money on 20 acres of land or 60 acres, in total 78 acres. It wouldn't even matter to them. They'd rather have a car, some clothes, maybe even a down payment on a home. You can always build a home, but you can't make more land. And what we got is what we got. So owning a piece of it, particularly for Africans, for Black folks, is most important. If you are in the States, I think it's very important that you get a piece of the land that your ancestors toiled on, slaved on, literally, and worked so hard on. Because this is not just about the legacy that your children will inherit, but it's also about the life and the healing and the longevity, the ever-giving life, the years on your life, the health benefits. That is, we know that nobody in the end, no clothes, no car, no material things can outdo a great life, a beautiful health. As they say, your health is your wealth, and this is wealth. There is nothing else. They said it changes your mood. You heal from disease faster. You don't even get sick. It's a preventative. I say to myself, and I was sharing this with my live stream today, I said, the biggest bamboozle, the biggest hoodwink that Black folks fell for is that not wanting to be in nature, not thinking nature is important, not understanding nature. Y'all, when people ask me questions, I know it's because you don't know, so I'm not judging, I'm not chastising, I'm not making fun of. Camping means we're not in cabins. We're going to build, we're going to create, you're going to buy a tent, you're going to bring a tent, you can rent a tent, you can buy a tent. You have to have it before you get here, or you get here and you rent it here. You pack it in your suitcase, you bring it, you put it in your car. You're going to have a tent and you want to get a bed. They got inflatable mattresses. You put those inside the tent. So I know a couple people asked me, was there transportation from the airport to the camping site? And I understand it's not that kind of party. It's not. First, it's $247 with all the meals included and instruction and me talking and speaking and teaching courses. So it's already a great deal. So we don't even have the funds or the means to get all these different people come from different places, a shuttle. But then I say, so you get in a taxi, a cab, a shuttle, a limousine to be taxied to nature. It don't even look, it don't even go together. It's not a hotel. It's better than the hotel. See, we've gotten so used to retreating in a room with toxic mattresses and pillowcases and pillows and bedding and toxic carpets and radiation from the TV and the cell phone towers, that we don't understand that roughing it is not roughing it. It's actually rougher on your body, mind, and spirit to be around your cell phone or other EMFs, electromagnetic fields. Nature, although it appears to be like you're roughing it, is actually being easier on your whole sympathetic system. It's important that you understand that this is not like a limousine service that's going to bring you. I almost kind of, the image to me is funny, you know, you get in your limousine or your taxi. I mean, of course, you can take a taxi from the airport if you're flying to the park. You have to do that. Of course, you got to get there. Taxi, bus, whatever, drive. But what I'm saying is the idea of somebody picking you up and then bringing you to a campsite, it's the person that's doing the retreat. It's not in the realm of the whole idea of camping. Of course, if you're flying, you're going to get a taxi, you're going to get a shuttle, you're going to get whatever you can get. With a taxi, I'm sure they'll take you anywhere you want to go. You have to do that. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the idea of we providing this kind of chauffeur type of situation. It's nature and it's natural, and you get here. You get here on the wings of my eye, but you get here. And then you get here, and you're gonna set up your tent, and some people might have sleeping bags. I suggest an inflatable mattress. I think it's way more comfortable. You don't have to be uncomfortable. I love it. I say, that's a bird, must be in the trees. The ancestors is giving me that. It look like a cola nut. I know it's not though, but. So I just want you to understand that there's nothing to be afraid of. And even if there is, then that means that's more reason for you to come out your comfort zone. What I'm talking about too is not about you coming to the retreat. It's not about you coming to the retreat. I want to make sure I say that. It's about you getting out of nature. The article talked about just being in a park in an urban environment is enough to change your entire body rhythms, biorhythms. Just that alone is powerful. Just that alone is powerful. I get out in nature every day. I live basically in nature. We walk out the door, there's a river, there's hiking that you can do throughout the complex. It's beautiful. Complex is not even the right word. We live in a river mill. It's a mill that's converted into apartments, but it's in the middle of the country. We live in a small town called Saxapaha. It's tiny. I don't know how many thousands of people, but it's not a lot. It's just nature. But then we come here, and this is the land that we own, part of it, so it's more nature. And then you can go to different state parks in North Carolina, which you can go to in your city too, or state. And it's even more nature. They say that people who spend a lot of time in nature, either grew up or work in nature like rangers, they tend not to have to wear glasses. Their eyesight either started off being great or it truly improves, because this is what we should be seeing. But they talked about that it's other things happening. The reason why you feel better is because of the essential oils that the trees emit in order to protect themselves against other things that could harm them. so that they could stay alive. But those things, that their protection that they're emitting is actually what's bringing your whole energy up and changing, like I said, the biorhythms of your body. I'm looking forward to the retreat because I just want to be in nature with other black women. It is nice to be in nature with myself. It is even nicer to be in nature with my husband. But sisters being in nature together, like the healing is powerful. Again, I hope, because I'm not that good at linking links, but I know I can do it, and I'm going to do it. I want you to read the article yourself. But it's everything I told you. It's just some scientists that actually did some research to prove what I know that God is, that Goddess is, that the Creator is, that the universe is, that the divine feminine and masculine is. We call ourselves spiritual beings, but we don't go out in nature. We're afraid of nature, and it's okay. I want to say that, like, to be afraid of nature, you don't know. I'm not even judging that. I'm saying know the benefits of it and know why they want you to be afraid. I say it's interesting how Europeans, and I'm not down on all of y'all. I'm sure there's some wonderful Europeans who don't think this way, but this is my talk, this is my channel, this is my way. Will tell you that Africa is the dark continent, that Africans swing on trees, that Africans live in trees, and that you should never want to go there. They'll make it very expensive, they'll make it out of your reach, but yet they set up safari there and go every year. They live there. They take over the country, they vacation there, but you're not supposed to go there. They tell you that nature is dangerous. It has lions and tigers and bears, and that people get bitten, eaten by bears and tigers, yet they hike in it. They call themselves, I'll tell you, the article said, they call themselves forest bather coaches. You can get certified in this. California, I was there, they'll make up some stuff. You're not supposed to be safe in it, but yet they regulate the parks. They charge you to come into the parks. They basically own nature, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be afraid of it. They tell you that the most important things in life are not free. That the most important things in life, they say are free, but yet the most important thing in life to most people is the car they drive, the house they live in, the clothes that they wear, which are not free. Most of the time, you can walk into any park, state parks, and they are free. So nature is available to you for free. I think what makes me open up more, and this is the other thing that's incredible, and I know it will get you back in nature. Ladies, you have to hear me on this. This intensive, we have 40 women in the Return of the Sacred Womb intensive. I come on every day doing live streams that are deep. I'm teaching. And anybody watching this video that's in it, please speak up, because I'm not exaggerating. It is beautifully fierce. It is life-changing. It is womb-changing. It is health-changing. It's amazing. I'm going to do the June intensive. Instead of 3 hours, 21 days. It's Sacred Beauty. Even though it's in the June and run into July, I can still consider it the June intensive. The July intensive, the end of July, it's called Sacred Space. Ooh, that's a good one. Space is not just the house you live in. It's your yoni, your womb. It's your head space. It's the things you listen to. It's what you allow in your space. It's what you bring out of your space. It's all of it. We got the June intensive, Sacred Beauty. We got the July intensive, 21 days, both of them, Sacred Space. And then we have the August intensive, end of August again. And it's going to be Sacred Relationship / Sacred Union. And this is not what you think. It's not about just finding your divine mate or finally meeting your divine mate. Oh, no, no, no. A sacred union is the one with all parts of yourself. If you call yourself conscious as a black person, if you call yourself aware, if you call yourself open, if you call yourself spiritual, and you do not spend a significant amount of time in nature, then you have to check yourself. You have to check yourself to make sure that you are truly who you say you are, because it would be a disadvantage to your life not to understand what is going on in nature. And I don't mean intellectual understanding. I mean spiritual understanding. I need physical understanding. I need crown chakra understanding. I'm doing womb work with womb women, whether you have one or not, physically, because it's necessary. It's important. We need it. If I charge $97 for a 3-hour intensive, and I'm telling you that I'm charging $97 for 21 days, and I'm going to come to you teaching courses virtually every day. Why? I know you're going to be in it because you're so smart and you know what you need. And if you don't know what you need, you know what you don't have. So you're going to be a part of it. I know you are. If I tell you that right now that there's a raw food book audio with my voice talking to you about being raw, reading my book to you for $10, I know you would go for that. If I told you I had demos of just basically how to change your diet for those that don't have no idea, know where to start for $27, I know you would go for that. If I told you I had intensives for 3 hours that's so intense and so filled, even this one, Returning to Sacred Womb, won't be in the group, but you'll get the 3-4 hours. It's filled with information, or the moving up and moving out so you can purchase land, or the healing of the heart, or the having a business, sell or be sold, the fact that we're afraid to be selling. I know a lot of people, sometimes when people make comments, be like, you changed, or you used to give so much, enlightening information and now you don't. What they mean is, I don't like that you sell your products. I don't like that you're asking us for money. I don't like that you're asking me to pay for what you have to give. That's quite disrespectful where I come from. I have hundreds of videos that give a lot of information. I do free live streams every day, and I still do videos. I learn not to get my feelings hurt because I understand that everybody don't get it. I understand that there's some amount of damage that is caused with our people. I get that. That's why I created the intensive Sell or Be Sold, so that you could feel comfortable even selling your own stuff. I want to teach you to do that. Those are your gifts. The boss you work for sells his stuff too, and you work and help him to do it. Sell your own things, find your own gifts, and that's what I teach. But I don't know. When you're in nature, you do what's natural. You know what's natural. You don't question yourself. You don't question your choices. You don't question those things. You just know that you know. When I get up at 4 a.m., which I did again, wearing dresses every day. Today is the yellow day. Today is the day of Tahuti, who is the ancient Kemetic scribe. Tahuti's color is yellow. And Tahuti's male or female counterpart in the Kemetic belief system is Shesheta. If you cannot hear your voice, call on Shesheta. She will help you. She will help you to hear and express. She makes you be very careful with your words. Tahuti, he helps you to disperse sacred words as sacred medicine that heals. Just this year, after 8 years on YouTube, I finally realized that I'm in the right place doing the right thing, and the people that need it are receiving it, and that's enough for me. There's something that happens when you feel, when you step into your own, I want to say greatness. I want to say genius, because I'm talking about all of us. When you step into a comfort of your own knowledge and wisdom, that you don't have to ask anybody else's opinion. That you already know that when people say certain things, they're not really saying it about you or to you. They're really looking at themselves. And that's a good thing. I ain't going away unless I go away. And the Creator willing, I'll be here for a very long time. And if I stay in nature, that would be probably guaranteed. If you're eating raw foods every day, but you're not living in rawness. If you eat raw foods every day, but you're not joining with other black women to heal your womb in a sacred way, whether virtually or in a retreat. If you're eating raw foods every day and you don't understand the healing power of nature, then I'm going to ask you, why are you eating raw foods? Why are you being a vegan? I love everything. Like the cows, y'all, like I'm extremely attracted to cows. I love them. I want to be around them. I want to touch them. I like to lay my ear on their heart and listen to it beat. I just love animals in ways that I've never, before becoming a vegan, especially before becoming a raw foodist, that I couldn't even relate to. But I know when black women say that, or black people, we're being white, or we're being, I don't know, all these things, but we're the first of the earth. Noah was an African. And when he gathered a 2 by 2, he was gathering that of himself. He was gathering that which would create a new world. Loving animals, or even maybe not loving in that way of worshiping that the others do, but understanding that how could I not love them? They are me and I am them. So it's not anything to have to be unique to love, or you have to be a tree hugger to love a tree. You are the tree. The tree is you. You stand, it stands. It looks different, you look different. It is of the same energy. It is drawing from the same source. It is made from the same source. It is created from the same creator. If anything has moved you today by anything that I said, with sincerity, go to the website and find something for you. Maybe everything I name is not for you, but I bet there's something there. I am so happy. I could talk to you all day in nature because this is so dang relaxing. I don't know. I was getting bit by bugs and they stopped. So I guess it's called being in tune. Love y'all so much. Thank you for watching my videos every day. Thank you for those all with the beautiful comments. And I want you can already go to the website and buy the June end of the month intensive, the Sacred Beauty for 21 days, where I'll be coming to you live. And we start off with the 3 hours and then we go every day. You can also buy the retreat. It's already on the website. There's a video attached. You can check that out if you haven't already seen it. You can buy anything else that might be on the website. You can feel free to buy it. If you actually, I'm going to leave it right there. I love you all with all my heart. I'm going to actually change my clothes. I keep a hoodie, my hiking shoes, my hiking boots, some sweatpants, a t-shirt. I keep it in the car. I keep a shawl. I keep it all in the car because anywhere, at any time, my husband and I might pull up on the side of the road and want to go for a little walk. And I love what the article said. To get the benefits of nature, the healing benefits, you don't have to hike. You don't have to do an activity, just being in it. But because I love to walk, I'm going to actually get that going as well. So I'm going to go for a little walk, and then later on I'm going to get ready for my live stream that I do each and every night for 21 days. And preparing myself and that group and anybody else that wants to be part of the retreat. I'm preparing us for the retreat. And also don't forget that I started a Facebook group just for the people who already purchased the retreat to dialogue, feel comfortable, share information. I'm constantly posting things up there. I'm gonna do a live stream for you all if you're watching. So just for you, to welcome you in,